Good evening, everybody. This is Electrical Essence, and I want to thank you for joining me. I really do appreciate it. And the topic is love, unconditional love. Now, I have done a couple of broadcasts, and I've even did like a really cool, well, I thought it was cool, picture show of, talking about love and loving yourself and just everything that like kind of correlates in, just not just astrologically, but just naturally in your life. And this is definitely a topic that it's been the topic, actually. It's been the topic for, I want to say, a couple of years now, and it's just getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And there's that whole love vibration that's been illuminating out, and that's been, just that it's out there. And there's been, of course, other vibrations that are out there too as well. But, that love vibration, it is a very strong one. It's very potent, and it's very beautiful in its own way when you look at it. But also too, that love vibration is very, it can be very harsh, and it can be very hard, and it can be very, it's like this blast that for some people that just, it's like a shock to the system almost, and so I wanted to speak about unconditional love because there are different forms and different levels of love. And I think when people, perceive love, everybody's different. Everybody's going to look at things differently. Everybody's going to have their own opinion. And again, I can never stress this enough. We are allowed to think and feel however we want to think and feel, whether it's correct or not correct, whether it's right, wrong, it doesn't even fucking matter. But we are entitled to be able to think and feel what we think and feel as an individual. Now, I have struggled my whole life with love. Now, the struggle, it's been a beautiful struggle. So I cannot even say it's been a horrible struggle. It's been a beautiful struggle. It's been a struggle that was much needed in my life. And it was something that I had to really learn to be very aware of on different levels, because love can really hurt a motherfucker. And love can also just illuminate and just transform a motherfucker, so it's been a struggle my whole life because love is very, very sacred to me. And not only love is very sacred to me, it is a word that should, really should not be just thrown around too lightly. I've always felt that. There's just certain words that really should not come out of fucking people's mouths unless they fucking mean it. and love was one of those words. Sorry is the other word. Everybody's always so quick to say, oh, I'm sorry. No, don't be fucking sorry. Don't be sorry. Because a lot of times, it's only be sorry for things that you need to be apologetic about, pretty much. Apologize from the depths of who you are. Don't apologize just to fucking apologize, okay? And a lot of times whenever people tell me, oh, I'm sorry. No. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. Because if you're not at fucking fault, don't be fucking sorry, So those two words have always just fucking chapped my fucking ass. And so with the unconditional love, now, for me, unconditional love is when you love somebody unconditionally. I mean, you love them at such a level to where they cannot do no wrong in your eyes. To where they can do things that can hurt you or say things that can hurt you. But no matter what, even in that hurt and that pain, you still love them so unconditionally, and that you would just embrace them even more because of you love them, and unconditional love, we're supposed to love our children and our sisters and our brothers and our mom and our dads and whatever, and that unconditional love. But what it boils down to is sometimes people don't love other people at that level of unconditional. A lot of people love with expectations and requirements and and ground rules and everything, and to where if this person did something wrong or if this person did something to hurt them or did something to disappoint them, then they they stop loving them, or and in that love, like unconditional love, for me, there's a respect that comes in it. There's a level of loyalty that comes in it. There is a respect with honor that comes into loving somebody unconditionally. Now, the different levels and different forms of love, there's ways to be able to love somebody, like truly love somebody. Truly loving somebody is still yet different than unconditional love. Now, to truly love somebody, that's, you feel that, you feel it, you know it, you understand it, you're aware of it. It's beautiful, it's wonderful to truly love somebody and have somebody truly love you back, and there are ways to know how somebody loves you, because sometimes we do hurt people in that love, again, because of the things that come attached to that love. But when you unconditionally love somebody, it's just in its pureness, So with my struggle with love, I am, I remember when that whole vibration thing, like it kind of took me by surprise, because I used to never say I love you, and the only time I ever said I love you is usually if I meant it, like if I truly meant it, like on a certain level. And it was a Sagittarian friend of mine. Sagittarius is, oh God, how they just, the little centaurs just like to come into my world and just, oh God. I love them. I do. I really do. But I sort of got, I'm haunted by the fire signs. I mean, really am. Like, oh, fire signs. You have to love that fire and that flame. So, the Sagittarian friend of mine, she used to always, hang up the phone, I love you, okay, bye, and, some things are catching, and there's some things that just catch on. It's just like like the chicken pox. It goes from one person to the next, to the next, to the next, and after a while, kind of caught on, and you're like, okay, I was starting to kind of get the whole idea vibe of it, and it is very catching, and it's like, okay, so people that, that matter to you, people that you connect with, people that you bond with, people that you share a vibration with, yes, I mean, yeah, tell me you love them, people love to hear that. People love to know that they're loved, and it can be a very healing vibration. It can be a very healing word, it can be very special, so I want to say here in the last, maybe last year and a half, my friends, ones that are very special to me, because I have a lot of friends that are very, very special to me. I have some friends that are just like, they're just some of my most, well, when it comes to my most favorite people in the world, there's a few of them, just a few, those people that are just like completely out of this world to me, and they're just fabulous, but when it comes to, like my friends and everything, I've been definitely, trying to share that love verbally, letting them, hey, I love you, because, I do love my friends. I really do. Because, I mean, for me to consider you a friend, that's like considering you like family, This is kind of messed up, but a lot of my friends I love more than my family, well, family members. But, and when I say love more, just because I have a lot of family members that I have never bonded with or got to know and got to, share space with them mentally or physically or spiritually, so that's just going to happen. It is what it is. But in that unconditional love, like when you love somebody, you got to figure out like where that love is on that totem pole of love, and right now, a lot of people are, still learning to love themselves. And when I think of love, when I think of the heart, when I think of it like even that chakra, I think fifth house, I think Leo, I think Lion, I think the kings and queens, I do. I always reference back to that fifth house, because that fifth house, that's, that's God's heart. That's the heart of the chart. That is just royalty above royalty above royalty, because to be able to illuminate and to love and to vibrate at that level is just so exalting and so just purely just beyond magical, so correlating it back to the fifth house and correlating it not only just fifth house, but to the sign of Leo, that's such an amazing thing for me, because I mean I love the lions, I do, and I am haunted by the Leo moons, and they are haunting my sun Aquarius, so the sun, the moon, that you gotta have the sun and the moon to really manifest anything. If you think about it, like the sun and moon came together and they made a baby. But it's that light and that dark, that mom and dad, and that good and bad. It's just like, it's such a opposition that is just, when it comes together, it's amazing. And sometimes when it comes together and it clicks just right, it's wonderful. But when when those two oppositions come together, it could be a battle to the fucking, just a battle that leads into a war that just keeps on going. But one thing that I've learned dealing with Leos and dealing with people with Leo moons, now there's some with Leo moons that are absolutely just uniquely special to me, and I have a love for them that is unconditional. Like, I can think of right now on the top of my head one person that it is such an unconditional love to where they can do no wrong in my eyes, and no matter what, I will always love this person, whether they're in or outside my life. And there's a couple of other Leo moons to where it's working its way, it's getting there, because a lot of times, you have to really learn to love people in that unconditional, without any, attachments, without any expectations, without any requirements, without any, just like to where if they can't even let you down because you see no wrong in them. And you know what, I'm gonna have to say there's two, because I have to include my father in on that, because I do love my father unconditionally with his old mean ass. My dad's an Aquarius sun with a Leo moon, so, and he's my dad, he's my dad for a reason, but I do unconditionally love him. And even in the hurt and pain that sometimes happens, I still continue on loving him unconditionally, and that he will always be my king. He'll always be something very important in my life, whether he's here or not here. So, because he's got a ninth house sun, so he has taught me so much in this life. He has brought me in on thinking and understanding things on a higher level, so of course I have to have that unconditional love for him. I mean, it's not that I have to, but I do, I choose to. And not only do I just choose to, that it's a love that is just beyond honorable, so, and I do, and I love my parents very much, and I love my parents unconditionally. Have I always loved them unconditionally? No. Do I? Yes. Now I have a mother that is a Sagittarian sun and Aquarian moon, so, and you would think, those two moons, that Leo moon and that Aquarian moon, would just, be just that perfect match, but sometimes it's just not. Sometimes sometimes there's a clashing, and again, this all goes back to, individual charts and placements and stuff like that, but without my parents, I would not be here, and I would not be who I am. I would not be a lot of things, so I have a respect for my parents on so many different levels, on who they are, how they raised me, who they are as individuals, and who they are as my parents. And so that unconditional love, it's being able to love blindly, and being okay with that loving blindly, because you see no wrong. You see them not through your eyes, but through your heart and through your soul. That's unconditional love. And and other people in my life, they are very much loved by me. I mean, I do. I love pretty hard, and And then there's others, that are, kind of slowly working their way into my heart, and it's like I said, love has been a struggle, because I've always had issues with, you know, love, because sometimes I believe that some people hide behind that, or they use that love as manipulation, or they really don't understand the true meaning of love. But right now, with that whole love vibration, I think it's like, you have to just kind of allow yourself to flow in it, and just see where it takes you, and I have a Venus in Pisces, so I have to like be very careful. I've always been very cautious about just the matters of the heart and matters of love, because I've never wanted to love somebody or something. I've never wanted anything to love me, or somebody to love me with, the rose tinted glasses on. I really don't. I mean, I want somebody to love me, to truly love me, and so I've always been very cautious about who I've let into my heart and who I've loved. Like, I've always been just too in my head about it, instead of in my heart. And so just in the last couple of years, with that whole love vibration, it could be very illuminating, but it can also be hard to really to grasp on certain levels, so, and I just had to put it out there, I just had to do a short, little broadcast here and speak about the love vibration, and also speak about the unconditional love, because you have to be able to love people without requirements, without, saying, well, if this person does this and this, I'm not gonna love them anymore. No, that's not how love works. That really, truly, that's not really how it works. Love, when you love somebody, or you love something, you love it down to its core, you love it down to its soul, and so that unconditional love, from my perspective, that unconditional love is where that love can do no wrong, because you will always love it. Just love it just so blindly, in a way that you don't need to see it. You don't need to see it to love it. You feel it and you know it, And there are people, that I do love so deeply, and I am still, I'm still learning, and I am still trying to make sense of a lot of things that don't make sense, and still trying to put things into a perspective, and, in this realm, and so, I'm only human. Well, sometimes I'm only human. Sometimes I like to be an alien, and sometimes I like to be other things, no. Sometimes, it's life can be so interesting if you really allow it to be. But as who I am as a person, and who I am in my own personal essence, in my own personal vibration, love is definitely the way, and love is definitely the answer. But you also have to remember there's different levels of love, and there's different types of love, many different forms of love, but love can be very healing, and love can be very damaging. But just because that love is damaging doesn't mean it's unfixable, But sometimes when a person gets damaged in that love, sometimes it's necessary, because, when a person is damaged, it just shows that, there's things that need to be repaired. When you go in to repair something, you repair it to be stronger and, built to last, so it doesn't get damaged again. So, again, I just wanted to speak about love and this whole love vibration. And I really do appreciate those who tune in and listen to me with my weird Aquarian ways. Again, this is Electrical Essence, and you guys have a good evening.